Okay.
Mhm.
Ready?
Greetings, greetings, greetings. YouTube, slap me with copyright. A joke, and a copyright. But the one them tell me say the two little old school dancers song they remember play. Them detect it, and if me that try monetize the stream, they must say me can't monetize the stream. They must say the company them say no, I'ma get banned. My stream get banned in a two region. But like the little excitement. Greetings, greetings, greetings. I don't know who they on the stream, you know. Again, pauses. Put up on the stream, just text me and say active, active, active. Where they up on the stream, text me and say active. Know what I mean? Share my screen again. So I'll go on here. So ready for this yet. Few people that on it already. Mad, mad, mad. Big up my brother. But I have to restart my computer a while ago because me have to restart a while ago. You know what I mean? But this stream. Up, 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 up. YouTube wanna give me permissions, or I couldn't give YouTube permission. So it never had to go on with nothing. Alright, so I'm gonna do a quick share now. Quick screen share. How am I do this? Share mic. Entire screen. Yeah, entire screen. Boom, boom. So market active already. We have a big push going 8:30, and I think some people will know already, but for those that don't, usually what causes that is news. News, let me see what it is. The Regina says 154 pip move. Again, you can catch a move there, but it really come down to your trading style. If your trader system and the news happens to play out within the framework of your system, that's completely fine. But if you miss it because you know start trade it or whatever the case is, nothing wrong. If you know anything about New York City or just like public transportation in general, them say another one dep on the way. Well, me not talk about Boston and Jamaica because sometimes bus take long for come. But in New York, them say another train they right on the way. So that's what we kind of look for. What am I look for? Forex Factory. So this morning there was CPI news, month over month CPI news, year over year CPI news. There was some and I'm not going into the finances of it. And again, this is not a financial platform. I am not a fiduciary. I can't tell anybody what to do. Trading is risky, and whatever trades people take, you're taking at your own risk. This is just simply educational and entertainment, right? So just kind of putting that out there. So core CPI, and if this website Forex Factory, it actually tells you what it right, change in the price of goods and services purchased by if it's actual greater than forecast is good for currency. And so this is the Nasdaq. So the effect that it had on the Nasdaq, it pushed it up. But I think if we look at the US dollar, I think I can look at the US dollar itself, the US dollar index. I think it probably had a drop, right? So the US dollar went down in value because of CPI data, right? This is the gap here, means that at some point it's going to correct. Same thing with the Nasdaq chart. At some point it's going to correct. It already started correcting. This morning, I'm gonna try. I feel all right. So I'm going to start attempting to get on here a little earlier, because yesterday, after the fact, I realized that if I was marking up a little earlier, we probably could have caught some of the buy movement. And this morning, I feel like we're already a little late, to kind of catch all the moving parts and like the intricacies. So I think going them to start from like 8:45, even if you still end up joining at 9 o'clock or so, I'm going to try to be on here at 8:45 just to make sure that you can get the best experience and the most value from being on here. All right. So let me see now. So I'm gonna go to live trading, which is the layout we created yesterday. So just a quick revisit of what we did yesterday. We were looking for some sells, and the sells did eventually play out, but they happened late, like after 3 New York session. So we had selling coming back down to this last fair value gap. And then we kind of leveled off overnight, and then we had this move up. So and see the zones that we drew yesterday, they're respected, right? This up move bounced right off of the fair value gap and kind of pushed up. So once you get accustomed to like creating levels for yourself, and again, this is a time game, right? The more you do it, you'll kind of see how things, how the price interacts with the different objects. And by objects, I mean like just the rectangles, the trend lines. We use the rectangles at the shapes to um, mark the key price areas. So remember order blocks, which are supply and demand zones. I think I have a list of kind of like key terms. So I think I have a list of key terms. If anybody on here doesn't understand those things, send a message here, right? But I'm going to operate on the assumption that you kind of understand like the fundamentals. So yeah, once you learn how to identify those areas, you're going to see that the price respects it, and we'll get good trades. Like I said, this is a marathon. I plan to do this for the next few months. So right, I plan to do this for the next few months. This is a marathon, not a sprint. So this is what we marked up yesterday. We can keep it as a reference point, but I'm going to do like a fresh mark nonetheless. So let me just go to another chart. And we're going to do the same thing that we did yesterday, which is to identify the sources of liquidity. So right now, this is London's low. So this is an area of interest. London high, as you can see, would have been taken out already. So that's something to kind of note. And then the other thing that happened is the high that New York created yesterday would have gotten taken out, right? Again, I don't like these big candles give you like a clear area to enter from. There is a tool that I can use to trade these a little better. So I think I'm going to use that today. But I'm just going to quickly go to a higher time frame to see where the next areas of liquidity are. So these would have been taken out. So this liquidity was taken already. I think I have a label for this. This was liquidated, so I made these gray, go to a higher time frame. So the next liquidity level is here. Oh, let me send this link to Bertrand. Just message me. He probably would want to be on here. All right, cool. Which one read? So I saw 9:30. So I'm not rushing. I'm not rush profits. Profits nice, don't get me wrong, but I'm not rush profits. You know what I mean? Again, the mentality to have is that you can do it, and you do it already, you can do it again. I've missed a lot of moves in the past, right? But you never want to have that sense of fear of missing out. That's one of the biggest negatives that you can have in terms of like your psychology. If you think that you have to catch every single move, like when you get to the point where you can see a like a big candle like this and think, okay, well, I'll catch a move later. That's the best mindset. If not, you're going to go into this and like, oh my god, I missed out, and you already start the day with just a messed up psychology, right? So yeah, so we have some liquidity that was taken out. this is a institutional fair value gap that I'm going to put on here. We'll see how much it gets respected. I made the supply zones a little darker red. I kind of like that, and I think I'm going to make the fair value gaps more yellow. All right. So this, if we get a retest of here, I might want to take a trade. It's a little bit big in terms of risk area. This is what, 25 points. I prefer 10 points like I mentioned yesterday. But if we can get a tight entry, might be tempted to take it. This is 88 points. So on top step, and I'm going to have a separate meeting just to kind of run over top step and how the contract sizes work in terms of like pips, because it's a standardized calculation that I use. So I already know if I target a certain number of pips, what contract size I need to use to make the exact dollar amount that I'm trying to make, right? So whoever doesn't understand that, we can just message me offline and we can have a conversation about that. So this is potentially a trade that I might take actually. Just open my trading platform. But I still don't have like all the information, and I want to wait until 9:30 potentially. But this is something that I'm looking at. Everyone knows I'm super conservative, so until I dot all my I's and cross my T's, I'm not going to like rush and take a trade, right? I prefer to plan it out and then take it. I mean, sometimes in life you do have to just kind of throw mud on the wall and see what sticks, and I agree with that. But when it comes on to this, this is your money, right? Potentially, you don't want to gamble, right? So I'm late. I'm not going to force it. So I see this here, but I don't know. I need to look at the buy structure. Yesterday we were kind of fixated on looking for sells, and there are some buys playing out, and we didn't take it. So I kind of want to just peruse the market and just kind of see where we are overall. I'm going to change the settings of this indicator so that once I go above, because you see how pixelated the screen becomes once you have on the indicator and you go to like higher time frames. So I can go in the settings and I can turn it off for higher time frames. And usually it's not very useful above the 30-minute time frame. So as you can see here, if I go to 30 minutes, it's not active. If I go to 15 minutes, the indicator is active. 1 minute. So let me put this on real quick. So there's a tool that I like called the Fibonacci tool, for those who know. And this, you kind of use this. This is like a physics tool for anybody that likes physics. So you know how you have like a spring, and if you understand physics, you know that once you know like force and you have a few parameters, you can determine like how far the spring will kind of like expand and retract and things of that nature. You can kind of think of the market in the same way. So because this impulsive move, it's very standardized, and using this Fibonacci tool, you can anticipate where like the reactions will take place. So for example, this 0.61 level, they call it the 61% level, you realize when the market retraced to this point, you had a reaction, right? And that's very standard. So this could have been like a quick trade, for example, just by using this tool. So again, that was like what, 50 yeah, more or less a 50-point move. So we could have gotten a 50-point move off of just this retracement. And you have some people that will just use that tool, right? I'll enter one trade and never realize. Rich. Why not? Right? So you have a whole heap of different strategies out there. So what I'm showing you right now is just one strategy that works for this time frame consistently. But there are other things out there that people use and make a lot of money from, right? So I'm not telling you that this is like the be all end all and my way is the only way that works. I'm just showing you a way to potentially, get you some type of profitability to start with. All right. So, so we kind of dropping down here. We're back to this level again. We see how it reacts to this level. What else? Yeah, never go back up to the fair value gap, but that's perfectly fine because we did have another one that got created here. So remember, new zones are being created all the time. So we had a supply zone that was created and we had like another fair value gap of sorts. So it reacted to a new fair value gap that was created here. So let's see. So 930 is kicking in. Stop loss. Yeah. So like my brethren D probably a jumping on the move, And this is a nice healthy move. But nah, it's erratic, right? So personally, Managa take it because we have a bunch of people on here. So this quick change of direction, Managa really tell nobody say they must take a trade like this. But it's good to kind of observe and see what's happening. So we had a little test here after 61% line. I think this is going to be a valid sell. To be honest, I'm going to take this on my Top Step account, and I'm going to get in and get out. So, what I'm going to target, see here, when it breaks this level again, I think I want to target. How many pips I can get? I'd probably target about 40 pips, right, down to this level, down to this candle. And when it breaks, I would make my stop loss very, very tight. Right. But I need to see like a proper break. Right now, it's and I'll explain why I would take this trade if it breaks. But we know that there's buy pressure here as well. So I wouldn't take this unless it breaks. Right. There's something that happened up here that's causing me to be interested in this trade, actually. There's this fair I'm interested in. Okay, that's actually like the better entry. And yeah, I think I might take this. Really tempted to take it. Am I going to take it? Yeah, I think I'm going to take it. Right, I failed. Yeah. I'm going to probably I got out because I don't trust it. And tell me if you want me to like actually stream my trading platform screen instead of just trading view so you can see when I'm in and out of trades. Because if people are trading with me, I don't know how many people are actually like set up to trade? So that's another question. How many people are set up to trade this morning? Because sometimes I'll see an opportunity and I kind of jump in and out of a trade, and I don't want to be out of sync with people. So just send me a quick message on WhatsApp and tell me like who is actually set up to trade this morning, so I can be mindful of that. Send me messages, people. Send me messages. Yeah, so I took a quick sell, but I got out. Good thing I got out, because the candle didn't, like, the momentum. There wasn't any momentum with the sell, right? I saw some momentum, but it wasn't enough momentum, so I got out. But I still like this as a trade area if it can respect it, because I wouldn't be surprised if there's a retest here. But it's also like a buyer's market. There was yesterday, actually. See if I can find it. So there was a 30-minute high that I mentioned yesterday, and we cleared that high. So I would not be surprised for us to go and like target new highs, right? So just kind of watching it still. And again, this is why I'll have multiple views. I like to have like a higher time frame view along with a shorter time frame view, right? Always keep in sight. And I'm not going to lie, ideally, and at some point it's not at work. All right, cool. Yeah, because I know I just jumped in and out of a trade, and I don't want to like confuse anybody. Just sending a quick message here. You can see it, not am I? Yeah, so we're in a range. So the other thing is we're in a range here. So unless I break out at this 61% level, I don't necessarily want to take any trades. Even if I break, these couple of green candles, it doesn't mean anything to me. You want to think of the chart as like being inside this area as just being like a box, right? It's contained within a box. A range is a box that the chart is contained in, right? So we have this range that's operating right now. Let's change this. I made this like darker or something like that. So price is contained in here. It's bouncing, and until it breaks out with some conviction, like I don't want to take a trade, right? Because it can be going back and forth, and we want like decent runs. We don't want yeah, we don't want anything that's going to force us to jump out too quickly. All right, so boom. So there's another thing that, and Malibu, if Malibu is on the call, remember to send me the notification from our little project. If that happens, yeah, Malibu, if you're on the call, just give me a ping. I know you're at work, but if you can respond, just give me a ping, because there are a couple of other point of views that we can use first thing in the morning. Okay, nice. So I'll get an email. Is it an email that I'll get? Yeah, let me know if it's an email that I'll get. Nice. All right, so I'll look at my email. Keep that screen up. Yeah, so we have a tool that's actually like searching for trades automatically as well in the back end. And I'm going to use that because use as many sources as possible, right? The name of the game is to win. So there's no ego attached to it. Let me just be very, very, very clear, right? This is not an ego trip for me. I'm not telling you that like I'm the greatest trader. I'm a very good trader, but I'm not the greatest trader. I will miss things. So any advantages that I can get, I will take. With that being said, I know my trading style, I know my temperament as an individual. Um, and I allow that to be my guide when determining what pieces of information I leverage. Looked like we're getting a strong reaction off of this fair value gap that I mentioned. Go to a fresh chart because that was looking a little messy. This looked like a good move off of this fair value gap right here. So this was a good move. So we did get a break above and we did get a retest. So this is a nice little move here, But there's still more moves like above, right? So this a shoot so far. So I'll probably like shoot up to about, yeah. So that's a good move. Do you catch that? So again, this is a fair value gap that got created around 9:30. And you see how it's a good source for entry, right? So again, even if we don't take a trade this morning, like at least we'll all be in sync. And I'm looking for trades. I look for something around 9:45, but we traded right up to the supply zone. So there's a supply zone here, right? And you can see how all the zones are being respected. So this was a decent move. A break above, retest. So this is a decent move right here. Not gonna lie. And if we get a break above this, that can be a good move as well. Right. So where do we have liquidity? I want to take off some of the noise because I know this can look confusing. So I'm trying to be mindful of that as well. So I'm gonna take off this, and I will put on this supply zone. And if I get a break above here, I will take a trade. So remember what I said earlier about buses, another trade will always come. So if you see a move, like if you have the mindset, say, John no star, wish me to catch that trade there, judge it, blah, 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 blah. Like wrong mindset. All right. Yeah. And my human being, I'd be like, yeah, that was nice. Look here, if we did, you can see move. So, who wouldn't have wanted to participate? But it better once you fully understand what's going on and you take your trades and you're nice and calm. Like trading should not be overly emotional, right? Every trade shouldn't have your heart beating. So yeah, that's another point right there. Yeah, man, give thanks to everybody who tap in. I just love this community that we're building here. So we get a rejection off of the nice rejection. Nice rejection. And if we get a break below this, I might be interested. If we get a break below this fair value gap, might be interested, but we'll see. Right. And let me do this. Let me do this as well. Do this. And we can actually take off some of the noise. Right. Can take off some of the noise so it don't look so crazy. Right. So we kind of know where our key areas are. The extensions are very useful. Like if we get a break outside of this range that we're in, these extensions are very, very useful. So I'm going to put that out there. That plays out today. Right. But we are still in a range. We're tapping back into that fair value gap, but we already had like a significant push off of it. Like, I'm not gonna tell nobody for trade that we're not gonna able to like be in sync and react quickly enough to, because I might get in and want to get out quickly. So again, my thing here, the biggest takeaway I hope that people get from this is have a clear system. Have a clear system that you're trading. Make sure you know everything is lined up before you get in that trade. That is how you're going to have the best experience. It's not going to be erratic. It's not going to be like gambling. It's not going to be like what everybody else said, like, oh my God, I don't know about that, right? It's by being disciplined and having like a system of entry and having like clear risk. That's why, I know this is how much I want to risk. And whenever you get a loss, you have to be okay with that loss. The loss has to be small enough where it's not going to like change your life forever. Like every win and loss cannot determine the direction of your entire day, right? And that's how you're going to get the best results from this thing. Go back to this. So we did get another push above this. I kind of like that. So I'm liking this as a demand zone. So one with the demand zone. So the reason I'm liking this, so I told you this was our supply zone. This is a long-term supply zone. Think like a 30-minute supply zone. And I was saying that we got an attempt to break it like several times. Yesterday, we finally got a push above. This morning, we got another push above, even though there's a gap in the market here. The momentum is currently with buyers, right? The momentum is with buyers. Like I am actually very interested in this move. I just want to see like some confirmations before I take that trade. And this is one of the moves that can probably like push up to here. There's a gap that I identified because there was a big sell-off a few days ago. I have no concept at time, but there was a big sell-off. When was it? The 3rd of November. It can't be the 3rd of November. Rotten. So a few weeks ago. And it left a gap, right? And like I always said, the market must balance. So there is a possibility of that happening. Right. So that's something I'm kind of interested in. I still am mindful of this gap and price being attracted to it and kind of rebalancing before ultimately going up. That's very, very possible. So, and here we go, it's breaking below it. Didn't break, but I like clean breaks. You know what I mean? For me, I like clean breaks. I want the momentum to be on the side of the trade, especially since we're scalping. But this is something that I'm looking at. So I'm looking at either side. But based on all of the information, I'm kind of probably looking at the buy side a little bit more. But let's see. So in this thing, it's not a matter of where it's going to go. Like where it's going to go is obvious, right? It's either going to come grab liquid balance here or it's going to like go up to the gap. So it's not a matter of what it's going to do, it's when it's going to do it. It's kind of like getting in sync with type of time on the charts and kind of seeing how it operates for yourself and catching a rhythm. Like it's always a good idea to like spend some time on the charts without trading, right? Just kind of watching, marking up zones and seeing what the rhythm is for yourself. Like I'm catching my rhythm right now. So, like I'm seeing different things. I think I need to do some back testing. So I need to do like a replay of last week and kind of see what the flow is to kind of see exactly where we are right now. So I'll be very transparent. I'm probably a little bit indecisive right now. Kind of looking at all the information that's here, but this is a solid opportunity because this was a very strong sell area. So if we have the market breaking above here, then that's a good thing for as a confirmation for a buy. The other thing is, if we get a push down, then a subsequent push up, that's even better because we would have at this point kind of balanced out all of the sell pressure and we would have like a clear run for demand. Um, that's something I'm also kind of looking at. Let's see here. So let's go back to core principles, right? Higher highs, higher lows. So we had a higher high here, or we had a high created here. We had a pullback. We have a higher high. We have a pullback. We have a double top, right? Another pullback. We have a higher high, but also like a liquidity grab from a double top, right? So that's I have to be mindful of that. We get some sell pressure going down. So it's still possible to kind of do another dip before going up. All right, so I think what's happening here? I think we're breaking. Boy, for take this a trade, telling if I take this a trade, with so much buy pressure. I don't know if I want to tell nobody if take any sells in this area. We have buy pressure here, buy pressure here, buy pressure here. We can just have like a quick tap. And again, I want to take safe trades. Right? Yeah, I want to take safe trades. And here's another principle, right? We have a supply zone here. Supply zones will flip and become demand zones. So sometimes you see the chart look like it react to like no man's land. It's not. All right. Just to be clear, it's not. So we had a high here and it is now using. So the same way we have a supply zone. Where is it? Let me get another chart open so we can have the three things up at the same time. Watch this. Live trading. Yeah. Where is it? Supply, where is the 30-minute zone? Sometimes when I like have too much chat opening, because this Ross will happen. Aha, here we go. This, right? Right. So you see the same way we have this supply zone here, and we're saying that it's strong, that's a strong sell area, right? Um, we have another one. Me no know, me no remember which part of us the thing them they know. What the one them I just draw there. Aha, nice. So you have this supply zone here as well. That's all. So you have this. This is nothing right now, and this. So me just kind of use these two. So this is my higher, my longer outlook. This sell move look like it want to get active. That sell move I look like it want to get active, but I trust it. I trust it. I trust it. Now play with my heart. Oh, by the way, there's this thing about a range. Why you come at this now? Oh, you over there, so there's a 15-minute range from 9:30 to 9:45. Not mistaken. So there's a range from 9:40, and let me label it properly. 15-minute range. So I know what I'm gonna do. This is a trade that kind of played out yesterday. This is our 50-minute range. So this was 9:30, right? So this is our 9:30 to 9:45 candle, if I'm not mistaken, right? So this is considered our opening range breakout. So what's also happening is that we haven't broken outside of this range. Whenever you have a range, again, this is a good thing to be patient for, because once you do eventually break out to that range, it usually, takes off. So we have, if we break out of this range to the upside, I already showed you where we might go. So this is a 15-minute. So welcome to my chaotic mind, right? This is what happens up there. Like I see all of these different things, like somewhere in my head, I'm keeping track. So if it's getting a little confusing, bear with me. But I'm essentially looking at use of the same piece of information. So I'm looking at the New York, the London high and low. I'm looking at all the liquidity levels on one screen. Then on another screen, I'm looking at the range, the 9:30, 9:45 range. But then on another screen, I'm looking at the supply zones, like a 30-minute supply zone, and I'm putting all of that information together, right? But for simplicity, you just need one of those, right? I will try to do that to maximize opportunities, but it is not a necessity, right? And everybody have, like, my setup right now, I have like multiple screens. If you don't have that, don't feel no way at all, right? You can simply just wait, and you can set an alert and say, no, when it break out so to either side, me look for one, I'll take the trade then, right? Make trading simple. Don't add complications to your life, right? See it right there, so that can be a trade. I can just wait, but I have to catch what's happening in between. It can be fun, right? it can be profitable, but it can also be stressful, right? So you know have to catch what going in yourself, right? This was a good move, yes, but if you miss it, I saw it go. You understand? There's no stress, no harm, no foul. This little zone here, so this too tight. Like I'm not gonna really tell nobody for taking a trade, right? Yeah, so like you have a whole heap of like buy pressure, right? You have buy pressure coming all the way down to this liquidity point, right? And we're not even gonna talk about this leg, right? So we had a big push up, we have a retest, and then we kind of have another thing here, and then we finally have this push up. So we have this level that it can potentially, break and come down and retest and buy again, or break and then fall below. We want to take trades when it breaks strong levels, right? Because if it breaks like intermediate levels, it can always come back and forth and play back and forth, right? So yeah, I not want to tell nobody for gamble. Kind of look like it. What is ready? So we get a close below the fair value gap. That's a good indication. So let's kind of keep an eye on this space. We have a break below the fair value gap. We have a candle that closed below the fair value gap to the downside. Um, so make we see. Make we see what happen. If we get a retest, this could be at so we're getting a retest right now. This could be an entry. Let's see here. Let's see if you can go play it nice. Because again, don't think so this thing got easy. Like this thing I try you have people on the other side of this. I try to take your money. You see me? So or they're trying to win as well. So if anybody goes into this thinking like I'm owed anything, why the market a move so like a wrong mindset that like it's doing what it's supposed to do. You're supposed to do what you need to do. You have to take accountability. You have to figure out the game and play the game accordingly. You can't cost the game, right? Like if you cost the game in a life, that says a lot about you. The game was never fair. Ancestors don't tell we said the world on the level. Donkey himself telling us that the world on the level. This look nice. You see, you get a nice retest and a nice sell off. This look nice still. It look nice. That's a one nice trade. That's a one nice trade. But you have to manage it. If you enter a trade like this, you have to put your stop loss to break even like really quickly. I think I might take a quick sell, to be honest. Might take a small sell. I'm tempted to take a small sell. I kind of like how them can react to the supply zone there. Like, I'm really tempted to take a small sell, but you see, if me if I think about it 2, 3 times, I'm really supposed to take it. Like, it's a sell, but I'm really supposed to take it if me have to think about it 2, 3 times, and the candle play around like this, and now I'm the real moment. Yeah, so there it go. Nice. Well, there we go. And that's how that's how it works. A big candle. So if anybody was in there, that would have been, that would have been a nice little trade. That would have been a nice little trade. So let's go back out here. So now, so we have a break above here, but I want to take a proper run. So we just tapped into demand. That was cool. So let me see. So we're getting a break back below. Me like this. I actually like this. I like this for buys. I like this for buys a lot. I like this for buys a lot because what we have now is we have a nice 15-minute zone we just get created, or that's after a 15-minute demand zone, right? So go to the higher time frame, find the zone, and then now look for a move like this. This. So these are the type of moves that I like to look for. All right. So I'm going to take buys, and we're going to take a risk at some point. Risk, right? Um, I'm going to take buys. This risk is about 25 pips. I'm going to go somewhat conservative, but I'm going to take buys. I'm taking buys, right? I'm taking buys. I am taking buys. I'm doing this tonight. Probably gonna start a fight. So may I bring my stop loss to break even like really quickly, but not lose no money. Hey, why you for wicked man? You can't just go up. So we get kicked out of the trade because my move my stop loss to break even probably kind of a little early. I enter again. All right. Woo. Well, that's why I'm gonna do it still, because my aim is I'm not try to lose. I'm not try to take no unnecessary losses. So I move my stop loss to break even. We get kicked out of the trade. I'm completely fine with that. If we get a retest of this area, I will enter again. All right, let's see. I enter again. I get enter again. Wait. I get a retest. Get a proper retest. I get enter the buy again. Let's look at the range. So we popped outside of the 15-minute range, but we're I'm getting uh, I'm getting we have a little trading bot here that's looking. Let me see what this entered. I'm gonna know this strategy. I don't know this strategy entirely. We have a bot that just took a sell, which is interesting. Let me see. All right, so what has happened? We have a bot, it take a trade, but it's using a strategy. So we use AI to come up with like a modified strategy. So like combine a few strategies that are out there and kind of come up with its own strategy. So I'm going to I go phone a friend and kind of figure out exactly what the strategy is and see if it's something that I want to use as well. So what I am looking at right now, um, where was it? This one. So I'm still looking at this 15-minute demand area, but I'm also very, very mindful that there could be other factors at play. So I'm holding off on taking any trades for now. I want to get all of my details right. Because I know we're in a demand zone here. The bot is taking a sell, but I just want to make sure that I am comfortable taking the sell as well. So I'm gonna go for that, friend. Yeah, bro. All right. So you can kind of explain or yeah, yeah. All right, cool. So more kind of see the criteria the bot I use because I know that we can buy from this area. We see buy pressure. And this is why I like to take trades at points where like it's like a zone is clearly being broken. Right now, this in between. We have a heap of sell pressure from this side. We have a whole heap of buy pressure from this side. So we're probably going to get caught inside a range. You know. Well on, folks. Let's try to get some information here. Like I'm really tempted to take this buy, but let's see. So the mean reversion strategy trades institutional stop hunts at key price level from core concept, triggers retail, reveal more. All right, so the bot got in and got out already. So I'm gonna get some details. Yeah, so bro, send me the details of the trade because I suspect that it So it tried to enter a sell. It took profit, which is fine because it's a robot, right? But um, the trade closed already. So I don't know if it went for full TP or if it just um, or if it hit or if it hit a trailing stop loss. So just like now, I move my stop loss to break even and then like a little bit of profit. So I got taken out, but it was still a win. It was a small win, it was tiny, but I didn't lose any money. Right? Because the name of the game is to like not lose. So that's why like I'm so conservative. Like I'm not just trying to jump in and take every trade. So this was for 4 minutes. TP was hit. Entry price, exit price. All right. So the bot detect like a quick trade. And which one of them are on? So on so the bot entered at 8:05 and got out 63. Well, okay. So it's the trade that we were talking about. So it broke it. Okay, so my kind of yeah, that's a valid trade. So the trade that I called but never really took when we had this big drop. That's the exact trade because the logic that I have in my brain, we've been putting it into like a robot, which is kind of fun. So it was like 8:05 down to 763, right? And that's right to the demand zone, right? And what's happening right now, let me see. We break which range is this? Oh, this is a whole different thing that I'm looking at. So that was fine. These are some old markups that I have. These are some old levels that I have. I have a lot of markups, guys. I have a lot of markups. Um, 1 minute demand. So we have a break outside this range. Yeah. I still not get caught in a like sell energy. Um D, I don't know if D is still there on the call. D, if you're on the call, you say it look you have a you look at the buy and the sell orders. I think that might be useful information. Let's see who up on the live. My phone our next friend because this is a trading community. Uh, yo, yeah, man. You say which tool you say you use for see the buy orders and sell orders? You say you use the depth of market tool. No, man. The one where you say could I see the number of buy orders and the number of sell orders? No, man. You did tell me, man. Remember everything you tell me. All right. Just want to get. Oh yeah, jump in a vehicle. Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah. It a play around. This is actually a decent trade. Mm-hmm. 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 Mm. All right. Yeah, man. All right then. So, all right, I'm gonna connect it because more double check what we that talk about. So, 'cause I remember you did mention a tool. I did make a note in my head say that that's something more expand on. So, I'm gonna connect with yourself. Mm. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm. Yeah. All right. So, I'm gonna tap you, I'm gonna wrap up the live in probably about 10 minutes. All right, cool. All right, folks. So it's a bug of things going today. We did get, this was a trade. I never like all of this here. It come kind of cop it out. It look like I gonna continue and probably go and grab the liquidity from Tokyo last night. These are Tokyo lows. See what happens when it gets Tokyo lows. This was a nice trade still. Not gonna lie. This was a nice trade. And it also lines up with like the opening range breakup. It's a nice number of pips. We got a break outside. We never get like a full retest, but we did get a break outside and we got about 80 pips down. So we have gotten a break of Tokyo liquidity. The next liquidity level is all the way down here. Um, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that I suspect that we probably won't get any further drops. All right. So I'm going to look for a reversal now. But I need to see a confirmation to the upside. Because with all of this, going back to the bigger time frame, I think I'd mentioned to you that yeah, we can get some pullbacks, but all in all, we still have like a solid uptrend. And this could just be like grabbing liquidity to go to the upside, right? So we have that 15-minute zone. Can I take this off? Our 15-minute zone. All right. Liquidity was grabbed. I'm just going to watch. The sell momentum is strong, but let me just watch to see um, if we can get a reversal of sorts, any type of reversal. So my thought process is that by the end of the week with feedback, so we do this for like a week straight, I'll get feedback and make sure that we can all be in sync with like grabbing trades. Because as you can see, some of the moves they happen like really, really quickly, and some of it is down to instinct. So ideally, like I would genuinely recommend that people do like homework, so like go on the chart. TradingView has this replay feature that allows you to run the market back and see if you genuinely understand the strategies that are being employed. If you do that, it's going to be much easier to follow me as well, because you'll have a sense of what's happening. And my goal ultimately is that no one necessarily, but the best thing is when everybody can do this independently, right? Like, so I've so far, um we've looked at two different things. We've looked at, you know this market is selling off. This was a good trade from the breakout strategy from the 50-minute range. So this is something that we'll look at again tomorrow, how it responds once it comes out of this 50-minute range. We could have been in a sell, right? So there are like a number of different ways to look at it. All of them are correct. It's just a matter of like how you use it and your ability to recognize it when it's happening, right? Um, so ultimately, my goal is for everybody to become independent, because this can move very, very quickly at times, but the same strategy is playing out, right? And you have to kind of get your own instinct. There are a couple of trades that I would have taken, some that I would have taken and I would have gotten out quickly, right? But we're trading as a team, as a community. So I'm only looking for trades that we can participate in as a group. But as you can see, there are a number of opportunities that present themselves, but they move very rapidly. So we wouldn't have had an opportunity to participate as a group. And we're not superhumans. We're not able to just like click um super quickly, all in sync. Once a move is already happening, if we didn't enter this trade from when it broke the range, um, I wouldn't tell anybody to be a part of it now. So it's a sell-off, which is wonderful. But I will wait. As far as I'm concerned, this move is gone. This is the past. And we can look for like other things later today. Tapping back up here. A 15-minute supply. And everybody remember, give me feedback, give me feedback, give me feedback. Yeah. Let me look at like a higher time frame. I want to see if this is going to continue sell off or we might get like a break and an opportunity for it to go up. Um, right. Let's see what happened after it done do all of that extraness.
Welcome to America.
All right. What going on? Well, may I wait one essentially. May I see if we can get a break above and catch little boys. For the indicator, when we go to the list of indicators, it's sessions and the author is Lux Algo. Somebody just asked which indicator we're using, right? So may I look for a buy at 10:33? Um, I think we're supposed to be looking to stop right now. Really and truly, I look for stop. Why am I draw this demand zone so long? Shorten you. You see this wick? You see how it kind of wicked? That's like a good indication of a reversal. So I'm gonna take like a quick buy. Honestly, I'm gonna take a quick buy going up to maybe see a quick buy. Come up when I like it. When the candle for stay strong. In and out. In and out. In and out, people. In and out. I never like that. Once my sister the candle never hold no momentum, I come out. Right? It's shaped like it could have buy, but the candle never hold the momentum. I'm not try hold the trade. Right? It's not an ego thing about like being right. Right? I bet you recognize you're wrong quick and fast and get out of a bad situation early. Don't hold no trades. I'm not try lose unnecessarily because I try to prove no point. All right. So like a sell zone right or so. So I'm identifying all the areas where the sellers are taking control because if that breaks, I can use that as my entry. So either for a sell or for a buy. Right. I think I might try to enter again if I get some momentum on this candle. Enter again. Yeah. Get in, get out. Can hold this one. Look like it's trying to break that area. But the market will move a little complicated. So again, this is just to kind of show you what happens every morning. You have to make a determination. You know what I mean? You have to figure out your rhythm, right? Take a quick in and out. So I'm hear all these order fills, man. I really and I like me I make no bag of money. But this was a good buy. Let's see if I can go back to 50-minute buy. If I get a break above this area, I'll take that, right? If I get a break above this area, but it just bought up into a sell zone just now. Right. So I'm never interested to really hold it. But I'm going to send one of them chart here. I'm going to see the cleanest one to send so that you can look at it at your own leisure throughout the day. But I guess stay disciplined and get off the live. I'm gonna use that one here because this the long term. This is the long term outlook. Yeah, this is the long term outlook. So I'm going to send this one over. I'm going to send this one over. All right, folks. This was hopefully insightful. Again, we may not have like knocked it out of the park in terms of profit today, Hopefully we're kind of getting the picture, which is what's important. So we're kind of getting a sense of how the market actually moves real time, right? That's one of the main reasons I wanted to do this. I wanted people to be able to see what you're getting into if you choose to go down this path. Cool? All right. So everybody have a good day, and we'll be on again tomorrow. All right. Respect.